So this is what you call an accordion, and it is just so easy to make. So in this video, I'll show you how to make this simple accordion using HTML, CSS. So this is project number 96 from the 100 HTML, CSS projects. So I'll just create a new folder and I'll name it HTML. So inside this, I'm going to create 3 files. The first one is going to be index.html, and the second one is going to be styles.css, and then the third one is going to be script.js. So we just start with the index.html, and I'll create an HTML structure by pressing Shift ! And then I'll write the title as HTML CSS accordion. There will be some JavaScript as well. So I'll link my CSS. So I'll just say link, and it is styles.css. Then I'll also link my JavaScript, and I'll say script. Then the source will be script.js. So now we have the body. Within the body, I'm going to create a div and give it a class accordion. And inside that class, I will create another div and I'll name it accordion item. This is the class name. And then inside the accordion item, I can create a button and I'll give it a class of accordion header. Accordion header. Then I'll give another attribute to it, and this attribute is going to be area expanded, and I'll give it false. So within the button, I'll call this button section 1. So below the button, I'll create another div for the content. So I'll say div, I'll give it a class of accordion content. And then inside it, I'll create a paragraph, and inside the paragraph, I'll create some content in it. So I'll put there lorem. So what we are going to do is we are going to duplicate this 3 times. So I'll just copy this and paste, and then change the title to section 2. And then I'll also paste it again, but all of them have to be within the class accordion. And then I'll call this section 3. Now let us open this in Live Server and see what we have so far. So this is what we have. Now it's time to write some CSS and style it and just make it look good. So to do that, I will go to styles.css right here. So I'll start with the body. I'll give it font family, Arial, sans serif. I'll just remove the Helvetica so that we have only Arial, sans serif. So after that, I'll say display flex, and then I'll justify content center, and then I'll align items center. So I'll give it a background color of F4, and then I will give it a margin of 0. And then lastly, I'll give it a height of 100 vertical height, 100 VH. So this is what we have. Next thing, let's style the accordion class. So I'll say accordion, and I'll give it a width of 300 pixels. I'll give it a border 1 pixel, solid. Then I'll give it a color, CCC. I'll give it border radius of 5 pixels. And I'll give it a background color of white, that is FFF. So I'll give it box shadow. I'll say 0, 2 pixels, 10 pixels, RGBA, and then I'll give it 0, 0, 0, and 0.1. So that is our box shadow. Now the next thing is to style the accordion item. So to do that, I'll just say accordion dash item. So for the accordion item, I'll just give it border bottom 1 pixels, solid. I'll give it the same color, CCC. So now let's style the buttons, which is basically accordion header. So I'll do the class accordion header. So inside the accordion header, I'll give it a width of 100%. I'll give it a padding of 15 pixels. Text align left. Font size, let's give it 16 pixels. Background color, let's give it F1, F1, F1. So let's remove the border. So I'll just say border none. Cursor pointer, Also, I'll give it outline, none. So you can see this. And then let's give it a transition. I'll say background color 0.3 seconds and I'll ease. So let's style accordion header hover. So I'll just copy that class, put it here, and then add the hover. And for the hover, I'll basically just, sorry, there are 2 dots, remove this. So for the hover, I'll just give it a background color, triple D. It's a lighter version of the original color. So after that, let's style accordion header with a class attribute. Sorry, this is the attribute, which is area expanded equals to true. This is attribute selector, in case you're not sure. So we pick that attribute. If you're not sure, just go back to HTML, copy and paste it. And then I'll just give it a background color, the triple C. So now you can see the content looks a bit weird. So let's style the content as well. So now I'll just go down here and style accordion content. So I'll say accordion content. I'll give it maximum height of 0. I'll say overflow hidden because we want it to show only when it's been clicked. So I'll give it a transition, maximum height 0.3 seconds, and then I'll just say is. Then I'll give it a padding 15 pixels. Then background color, I'll just say FA. So now you can see our content is hidden. So let's style the paragraph. So it is accordion content and then paragraph, which is the P tag. So I'll just give it a margin 10 pixels and 0 pixels. So now this is our accordion. The last thing is to write some JavaScript so that when it is clicked, we can display the content in the accordion. So I'll go to my script.js and then I'll set document.querySelector all, and then I'll get the class.accordion header. Then I'll set dot for each. So we get the button, create an arrow function and open that function. So I'll say button dot get add event listener, which is basically click. So I'll say click, comma, open another arrow function. So I'll say const accordion item is equal to button dot parent element. And then I'll do this variable again, const, and I'll call it accordion content. And I'll say button dot next element sibling. So that is it. And then after that, I'll say button dot set attribute. So the attribute is area expanded. Be careful of spellings. Not sure, just copy, comma, then button dot get attribute, which is a method. So I'll also get area expanded. If it is equal to true, so I'll say true. Put that question mark operator, or false, semicolon, true. So I'll start an if statement. I'll say if button dot get attribute is true. So the attribute we are getting is area expanded. So I'll say area, put it in single quotes and say area expanded is equal to true. Then we shall get the accordion content. So let's give it a style dot, I'll give it a max height equal to accordion content dot scroll height, which is this method here, plus I'll put the unit as pixels. So if the accordion button is true, has been clicked on, then we are going to execute this and display the content. Else, we shall just say accordion content dot style dot max height equal to 0. So that is all for our JavaScript, and let's test to see if it works. So I'll go back and click, so you can see it works. Click, it works. Click, it works. Click back, it goes 0. Click back, it goes 0. Click back, it goes 0. So basically, this is a simple accordion project for you to practice with if you're just basically starting to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.